Schools across the nation have been struggling to find ways to measure student and teacher performance. Faced with this issue, the Maryland State Department of Education partnered with CTAC to implement a system of teacher evaluation anchored in student learning objectives. Tim Satry reports.
Maryland has taken on the challenge of improving its teacher and principal evaluation system. For guidance, the Maryland State Department of Education turned to CTAC's system of SLOs. Bill Slotnick, founder and executive director of CTAC, has been playing an instrumental role in Maryland's reform.
CTAC introduced SLOs 15 years ago in Denver, and for the past 15 years we have been the nation's leading practitioner, trainer, and evaluator of SLOs. Here in Maryland, they really wanted to learn from what are the national best practices around student learning objectives, how can we adapt them, and how can we get ahead of the curve in terms of some of the new challenges we're going to be facing in this state. That's what their emphasis is, that's where our assistance came in.
SLOs are carefully planned goals for what a student will learn over a given time period. Far from routine, SLOs introduce a very precise process to help each teacher thoughtfully tailor instruction to meet each student's needs.
We have 6 approaches to student academic growth that schools can look at and figure out which is the best approach. For the teachers in this school, it allows you to individualize your targets for students.
What we found is that using test scores in themselves will do very little to improve instruction. They're a measure of student performance. So we gravitated towards SLOs as a methodology where you would be able to take information from various assessments and use that information to inform and then drive a conversation between a teacher and principal.
SLOs help teachers and administrators think differently about curriculum and teaching methods in order to get to the core of individual student needs and their growth over time. 2014 National Teacher of the Year Sean McComb experienced this change firsthand.
So we set a target, and then we have a midpoint check-in between the teacher and the administrator. And then at the end of the period of time, we meet with the administrator and we look at the data and we see where the students have made growth and to what degree have they met the target. And then that works into a rubric where we're able to see exactly where we fall and how the points work out based on student growth.
Maryland took on a large challenge in switching over to SLO-based evaluation, but had the expertise of CTAC to help with the transition.
Where CTAC has really helped us is in several ways. One is we've allowed them to be the experts, and that allows for a common messaging and a common commitment to what is behind the work, so that when folks ask us for information about research, this allows us to go to one source and allow them to speak many times on our behalf. So that's one piece. The other thing is they provide a third-party perspective on the work that we're doing that is not biased.
Not only are students benefiting from the switch to SLOs, but teachers are also feeling empowered by the new program.
I think that it honors professional judgment for teachers. I think that it allows us to make professional choices about where we see our students' needs, and it also values instructional conversations.
This really is teacher-led, and so it awakens the voices that have been out there for a long time, asking the question, who are these people making decisions about what I do in my classroom? I am the expert. Where is my voice in all of this work? Now they have it.
Unlike approaches which can label students to their detriment, SLOs make it possible to focus on each individual student's progress and growth.
As a teacher, we see concrete growth in students in a number of different ways, and this is another way that we see and we're able to quantify it and really can feel like, wow, I really made a difference. I know that they came in at such a level and they left at a whole other level.
The passion has been really phenomenal to watch, and the product that we're getting at the end of the day, the tools that we're developing to help our students are better than we could have ever hoped for.